I don't even know where to begin. You tell me what you want to hear. You want to hear Tiny Tim yelling at us for mocking Jesus Christ, which we've played many times.
We play that a lot.
But come on. Tiny talks about his love of paper towels.
I would love to hear that. See, some of the stuff we haven't heard in a long time.
Tiny talks about Depends and why he loves them and what kind he wears. Tiny's beauty regimen. Tiny playing Santa Claus has the AIDS.
Oh.
Tiny wrecks a cart at the airport.
What?
Tiny unpleasuring himself.
Now that's stellar material.
Yeah. And for those of you young people out there who don't know Tiny Tim, Tiny Tim was this guy who started on the TV show called Laugh-In. And he was this big, tall, freaky-looking guy with long hair and a big nose. Sort of like someone else you know.
Well, he was a goof.
Yeah, he was a goof. Sort of like someone else you know.
Oh, stop.
Who am I thinking of?
Think of somebody really tall with really long scraps. Yeah, wait a second. Okay. And then he went on laughing and he did this song.
We got it?
No, that's George Thorogood.
Yeah, what are you doing there?
I don't know.
All the Tiny songs sound the same.
It's track 17, but it doesn't go up to 17. What?
The Tiny CD is in CD1.
No, it's George Thorogood. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, I got it. You're right, Baba Booey.
Baba Booey.
So, Tiny goofing on him. But
yeah, it was one of those things where it was a goof that turned into a hit.
And he kept getting married and fatter and more sort of weird, and it got all sad. And Johnny Carson dumped him. Johnny Carson used to have him on all the time. They even had Tiny's wedding on Johnny Carson. And then it got sad, and Johnny, like he does with everyone, just dumped him.
Well, yeah, Tiny wasn't hot anymore.
Right. Threw him to the street like an ex-wife. So, Tiny just wasn't on any shows anymore except this one. I don't know why. He was the best. I love
They
him.
forgot. They forgot how good he was.
All right, here's Tiny talking about pleasuring himself. Start with that. You ever pleasure yourself to your princess when you're on the road and you have to take care of business? You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I never.
You never do that?
Sure, I've gone through that horrible sin.
Right.
But I try to avoid that, like...
When was the last time?
Yeah, when's the last time?
Oh, maybe a year and a half or 2 years.
Really?
Really?
I can't.
Who'd you think about, Miss Stephanie?
Not necessarily. No, not then.
No. Wonder who it was. Miss Jan?
No.
Mystery woman,
Now,
huh?
do you believe in consummating your marriages?
Yes.
Of course. You consummated this marriage, right?
No.
Oh, you haven't?
Like, it's hard.
Impossible.
It's right now.
Really? I feel bad about that.
Well, so do I. It's just...
You tried, though, right?
Yeah, but...
what happens? You get on top of her and nothing happens?
No, I can't even do that.
You can't even get on top of her?
No.
You're kidding me.
There's no reason he should.
Want me to do it for you? I will help you out there. Probably a beautiful woman.
It's just, but, she's been understanding and a fantastic wife. She's a sensible wife.
Jeez, I can't believe you can't consummate. That would be so. Maybe that would revitalize the whole marriage.
Well, she might have that problem.
Right.
She might have the problem of...
She might be horny.
She says she loves me, darling, this and that.
Do you at least feel her up?
Hardly.
Really? Interesting.
What do you do?
Well,
you got to do something to the
Sit
fall.
there and read the paper anytime?
Tiny. He sits in his room.
I just call her darling.
All right. You're romantic with her.
What is a marriage, Tiny?
Well, I know
it's not conventional. This is what the therapist is going to have to do.
I just kiss her. I say, darling.
Oh, you do kiss her?
On the lips?
Yes.
Yeah, he was a weird dude.
See, I was reading this book about Tiny, and I found out what
Yeah, there's a new book on Tiny Tim written by one of his ex-managers.
It's called Tiny Tim and Mr. Plim. But I found out what Tiny was ashamed to tell us back then was that Tiny would, the reason why his marriages didn't work is he would often finish with his clothes on, even before...
He couldn't even get his clothes off.
Right.
That's how premature.
Right.
Yeah, he was so premature, it was like before he got in the room.
And that wrecked a couple of his marriages.
Yeah. Like he'd go...
In fact, it says at one point that Miss Vicky started to think he was a homosexual.
Right.
Because he would start to do stuff with her and then just stop.
Yeah.
Because he had finished.
All right, here's Tiny on his beauty regimen. You want to hear that?
Okay.
Any of these are good. Would you describe your beauty regimen for the people at home? Because it really does work.
Yeah.
Well, I praise the good Lord. He shall renew thy youth like an eagle. I praise him first.
I picture you praying at home like 20 times a day.
I'm grateful for Estee Lauder's tender loving care, and also a wonderful makeup from Revlon called age-defying makeup.
Is that right?
Yeah,
is there such a thing?
I don't get nothing from these people. Huh?
Right. Now, one of the things about Tiny, when he endorses a product, he doesn't get
want
anything.
It free. He just wants to buy it.
We have had people call into the show from various companies and say, hey, Tiny just endorses, we'd like to send them a free this and that. He won't take it.
That's right.
He won't take it.
Because it's not fair to others, you know, and I don't want to profit here. I'm just telling what I do.
And you take Estee Lauder rejuvenating cream.
No.
No, I cleanse.
Cleansing cream.
It's called the tender loving cream.
No soap?
No.
Soap never touches that face.
Only in the shower. Only Dove soap for sensitive skin. The extra sensitive Dove is excellent.
Is there a Dove soap? I use Dove soap, but it doesn't say extra sensitive skin.
It's a new box with a light green tag on it.
Tiny, you must spend like hours in the supermarket. Really looking. And when you try, you have to try a lot of products till you find the right one.
Well, always. Well, this country's been blessed not only with wonderful things, but great supermarkets.
Yes.
I mean, great products. No matter what they say, we've been blessed with so much food.
The average man can go into a supermarket, you're talking about any working class person, and pick up products that formerly only a king could buy. Is that true?
And not only that, but we have great products like hefty bags with the 2 handles on it.
I love them.
Especially the steel sack.
What are you doing with those, if I may ask, Tiny?
He's getting...
chopping up his ex-wives.
He's closing his eyes when he talks.
Right. You almost have ecstasy on your face when you talk about hefty bags. Why people don't tap you for a commercial endorsement, I don't understand.
I wouldn't take it now because when I mention it here, it's not fair to those who are trying to look for a break in commercials. But the hefty steel sack, the black one, is really strong, and I use it not only for garbage, but I also use it when I go to hotels, not all the time, but when I remember, I buy it so I can help the maids, put the garbage in without them going into the basket with those open paraphernalia in there.
Well, so he used to clean the room for the maid.
For the maid. He was wild. You love that guy or what?
Oh, he was amazing.
What else is in that book? Any other facts we need?
Yeah, this is one of my favorite ones. During the Korean War, Tiny thought that he should enlist, so he went down to the Brooklyn recruiting office, and they called him a fag, so he left.
Oh.
Good news, sir. You're a fag.
You don't have to go.
That's gay.
What was the other one, too, where Tiny...
he thought that it was his duty during the standoff in Waco to go negotiate with David Koresh because he felt that they could identify with each other.
You probably could.
Did they let Tiny, or did he not get through?
No, for some reason they didn't let him into Waco.
This is interesting.
They didn't think he could help.
It says Tiny had an affinity for very young girls, 15 and 16 years old, and it often became a problem since they were, for some reason, attracted to him. And once a girl's father found tapes of a conversation between his daughter and Tiny, and he threatened to kill Tiny, and they had to pay him off.
That's creepy.
They paid him off with a case of Budweiser and show tickets and a dinner.
I was going to say, what kind of pimp? Because Tiny really didn't have any money.
Here, Tiny talks about paper towels. In fact, one of the companies wanted to send you some free product, I think, and you turned it down.
Yes, in fact, I thank you, Mr. Sternfeld. I've been on your show all these times. I mentioned these things. Like Bounty towels, and then I found a better one than that. Which
better than Bounty?
Yes.
Did you get this in Iowa?
What are you doing now?
No, I got this here in New York and then in Iowa too.
Right.
It's called Job Squad.
Job Squad.
Because see, Tiny turned me on to Bounty. Now I'm going to have to go out and get.
So you're saying that Bounty was your favorite towel? When you used to come on the show, you always talk about Bounty towels.
Right,
Tiny is a clean bug.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Yeah.
You're
what was
cleanliness.
the cleaner he used to use all the time?
A big fan.
The cleaner that you used all the time. Your special
was
Ajax?
it Comet or Ajax?
Oh yes, right now I like Ajax better because Comet made a bad mistake in taking the grit out of their powder.
Right.
And Ajax still has a little grit in it. You know, Bonamy is great for polishing things.
I use that.
But every tub needs a scratch.
Needs a grit.
And sure, because otherwise you can't get, you know, the if I may say that word, the scum out.
Right. Please, honey.
From the bathtub. And so basically, but right now I like Zud. I like Zud.
Zud is a product, and I've never heard of this product.
It's great. I like that better than both of them.
Wow. What a knowledge.
Yes.
Can I just tell you one more that we didn't get to listen to during the break? Tiny was furious with 𝗏𝗏 raisins.
Oh, yeah, right. What track is
track
that?
6.
This is a tribute to a man who died 8 years ago who was the best guest ever. So you're saying that a lot of people who have this hang-up with underpants, that if they wore Depends, they could throw them out every day and then do what you do, and even if there's any kind of leakage or spillage into the underpants, you throw them away.
It keeps you so clean and so assured of yourself.
Yes.
And I feel so assured.
And does he, do you write to the company and tell them these ideas?
No, but sometimes I will send under another name a mailgram. I would send a mailgram, if I could, to 𝗏𝗏 raisins.
Oh, you would?
What have they done?
What have they done?
Please, Robin, get with it. Give me what have they done.
Usually they have good product, but I went into a store in Minnesota, and they have 6 small boxes like Sun-Maid of raisins.
Yes.
And sometimes I go for the golden raisins. They have the packets that look like golden raisins on it, which I bought, and there's really dark raisins in there.
That's not right.
Which I tried deceptive packaging because you think it's golden raisins.
They call them golden raisins, and they're not golden raisins.
That's right. I think I should have stuck to Sun-Maid.
Is that what you're reading? Yeah, of course. I'm surprised you switched brands. That's not like you.
Well, I thought they were golden raisins. Although
but one thing I like about Tiny is he's not brand loyal. He's trying.
He will try new products, but it better be good. That's right. I loved it.
Robin innocently goes, what have they done? What have they done?
What are you, retarded?
What have they done?
You're getting your own talk show? What? Well, how dare you? You don't know the raisins?
Oh, that's too funny.
He was great, man. I forgot how good he was.
I miss him on a whole different level that we're reviewing these tapes.
Yeah, he had a whole rap on Depends. Well, this is when he was talking about he likes to wear diapers because he was obsessive, you know, obsessive-compulsive disorder.
Yeah.
And the dude wouldn't wear underwear because it was foul. So he wore adult diapers.
But that I never, you know, that I heard in this tape, I feel so assured.
It's like a walking television commercial. I always wonder where they get those lame lines on TV. They get them from Tiny.
They must have.
I feel so assured.
What I don't like about the pens is they have the ones without the hook. You know, they have these what you rip off.
Yes.
Put together.
Oh, that.
When he goes, you know, the ones without the hook. I go, no, I don't know. You know. You know the ones without the hook.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, I can't relate.
Sorry, I don't know about adult diapers.
With the tape, the Velcro, like.
No, I don't like that one.
Yes.
But I like the one what's in the loop where the button goes in. However, I wish they would make.
Hard to relate on this topic,
a full panty like they do Huggies for kids, where I can get into it very
Just step
easily.
in.
Yeah, without those straps that tear apart.
Wow.
But wait a minute, Tiny. You didn't like the silk underwear because it had no opening.
Right. I didn't like that,
But the Depends has no opening.
Oh, no, it sure does.
Oh, yes, it does. What do you know, Bobby? Have you worn a Depends? The guy knows what he's talking about.
Oh, it sure does.
Sure does.
It sure does.
Yeah.
Howard, they said that Tiny never had any money because he would spend it quickly, mostly on French creams, lotions, hotels, and walnuts.
What number is that?
No, that's from the book.
Oh.
But you remember, he used to live in hotels almost exclusively.
Right.
Yeah. And then he'd clean his own room because they never cleaned it good enough for him.
Didn't he live at the Chelsea Hotel for a while?
Yes.
He was one of those guys, yeah.
We interviewed him. He went to the airport, and I don't know if I'll play this clip. It's a long one, but he went to the airport, and you know those carts sometimes they let you ride on if you're a VIP?
Right.
So you don't have to walk?
That little thing they motor you through?
Yeah, he drank about 4 beers on the plane, and then got in the cart, and he's never driven in his life. And maybe he should tell the story.
Yes.
All right.
Because you know what? He gets so happy when he describes the beer. He starts to moan.
Yeah. Tiny, what happened? You were flying on a plane.
Yeah, I was flying. In fact, there was 4 beers I had.
Yes.
But the thing is, I was going from Dallas to Memphis.
Yes.
That's why I had 2 beers.
Yes.
So that's why it was Augsburger Weiss beer.
Yes.
A nice wheat beer.
Yes.
And then
you like that?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
And then we waited for an hour, 10 minutes, whatever, to go to the next plane to go to Philadelphia from Memphis.
Yeah.
And then from there, had a banana, total cereal, skim milk, Philadelphia cream cheese and a bagel, and plate yogurt.
Yes.
And then,
boy, that's a big meal for you. You usually don't eat like that.
Well, I did then, and I just really nibbled. And then I had 2 more beers, which was Henry Weissberger, Weissboy.
Was that a good beer?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And all premium beers.
Yes.
And it's $4 a can on the plane.
Wow.
And so then I was not drunk. I was happy.
You can handle your booze. Right.
Nothing wrong there.
But do you drive, Tiny?
No, I never drove in my life.
Wait a second. Okay, now wait a second.
And so and that was the scary part because then when
you get off the plane.
When I got off, right near the hamper, not outside yet, right near the, I met Mr. Cirillo, Nick Cirillo, who was a valet there, Bill Captain, and he was so nice. We talked about Dean Martin and all the rest. He remembered me from years ago, and he said, listen, he saw I was walking. These days it's not easy to walk. Right. So he said, why don't you take the cart? Right. And there was a woman sitting there. I thought she was sitting behind the wheel. So I said hello, and I found out she was sitting behind the other in the back.
See, he didn't even know which end you drive.
Right.
and she was a little hostile in her look, so I didn't say nothing. I sat.
You get that a lot?
Well, sometimes.
Yeah, some people are hostile to because you look different.
But anyway, as I was sitting...
See, I would have given him his own show on Sirius.
Oh, he would have been great.
Yeah.
Oh, forget it. He died way too soon.
Yeah.
Well, he died before satellite.
He never knew satellite. He didn't know I had like an hour a week for him.
You know, like to me, like my generation, this show was the only way we knew him.
Hey, let me tell you something. This dude, he was unbelievably nuts. I mean, but it was great.
What made you have him on for the first time?
I used to watch him on TV and laughing.
So you just dug him and you said, yeah, we could give him a shot?
Yeah.
Having no idea that he'd be this good.
Yeah. No idea. You don't know.
Yeah. It was amazing.
I would have given the guy a show. You know what? The guy'd still be alive. He was so kooky that he had a heart problem.
Right.
And the doctor said, I'm going to operate on you. He was so afraid to go into the operation that he just said, I just want to die. I'd rather die than have them cut me. It could have saved him.
How old was he when he died, Gary, you know?
70-something.
Oh,
yeah, he was older even when he became famous.
I actually,
he'd be 118 today. He'd have his own show.
I actually saw the place where he died, Howard. It was sort of sad. It's like a bookstore in, I think, Greenfield, Massachusetts. It was like a small bookstore, and he was, you know, at a ukulele convention there. Yeah. That's the place where he died.
In the car waiting.
Yes.
I know it sounds crazy, but I don't know if I was shifting in the seat or not.
Yes.
But it started to roll.
I see.
I certainly didn't put my foot on the pedal. I know nothing about cars. I just didn't go in and put the foot on the pedal.
You're sitting there minding your own business, and then all of a sudden the thing starts to roll.
Right, and there was no key in the lock.
Right.
Or anything like that. And so I just maybe shifted or put my feet in front of the board there, and it started to roll slowly. And then I got scared.
Right,
you know,
of course.
It kept rolling and rolling without a stop.
Yes.
So it's possible after it started rolling that I put my foot on the pedal.
Yes.
Just to see if that would stop the car.
Right.
And then it zoomed.
You made a valiant effort to stop it.
He put his foot on the gas instead of the brake.
Whatever that was.
So your point is that they shouldn't leave these cars unattended. Tell people to get in and wait.
Absolutely.
That's right.
But Mr. Chairman, anyway, but when I did that, it ran over one woman waiting in line, another man.
Now, when you say
against the board.
when you say it ran over a person, these golf carts are rather heavy, aren't they? I mean, even though they look like toys.
That's right.
And you're saying that that someone actually
they mowed people down.
They mowed people down.
Yes.
I mean, I don't mean to laugh, but it's
exactly
terrible, isn't it?
Miss Arthur, she's about Esther Arthur. Hope she gets well.
Yes.
She had something with the hip and the leg, and the other man was very nice about it. He got up and they took him to the hospital anyway.
Oh my God! You have carnage in your path.
And
what a character!
Oh my goodness!
Like a Lizzie Grubman of his day.
Yeah, he ran over a whole bunch of people.
But at least he said, "I'm sorry." He didn't call them white trash.
Yeah, felt bad.
Tiny had some remorse.
You know, Howard, there is one more thing. I'm looking for the tape of this, but he talked about something on the show that he never forgave you for.
Right.
Which they talk about in this book, Tiny Tim and Mr. Plimm. And he mentioned in the book an incident in which you got a story out of him, a traumatic childhood story, on how him and his very good friend offered to give Tiny a back rub, and then Tiny returned the favor, and they both got aroused.
Yeah, they were two boys.
And then one thing led to another, and then before you know it, the guy was massaging Tiny's buttocks, and then the guy took something and put it someplace. I can't even go on. And, you know, it's funny because the way we found...
Tiny wishes he had never told that story.
Well, you know what's funny, Howard? He did an autobiography, right? They printed up about 100 copies of it, and he had put that story in there, and he was so freaked out he made them stop the presses on it.
Yeah.
And somebody had slipped me the book. That's how we knew the story.
Yeah. We had the original.
My goodness. You have that on tape, but you haven't been able to find it.
Yeah,
we'll locate that. It's very important tape.
I must hear that.
What a sight. Sausage swing, rumballs bobbing.
But he didn't do our show for about 3 or 4 years after that story.
I thought he didn't do our show because he thought I mocked Jesus Christ.
No, he was upset with that, but it was the gay story that really upset him.
Yeah. He freaked out with the Jesus stuff.
Yeah. To tell you the truth, the way it is, I thank Jesus Christ for saving my soul. I've gone through the whole rigmarole.
All right.
This is not mentioned on this show.
I understand.
Now, I know you're a light, funny show here.
Yes.
But you should tell your listeners that Jesus Christ does rule my life, and I have sinned like everyone else, but I thank him for letting me out of it.
Well, we would if you give us the chance.
I'd like to say that. I was about to say it.
No, you wouldn't have, because you would talk over me.
Jesus, I want to pray to Jesus right now. You know, you've changed me. I want to pray to Jesus if I may. All right. Tiny's getting upset.
I think Tiny is getting upset.
I think I am getting upset because you're taking Jesus Christ's name in vain.
Oh.
It's one thing to talk about other things, but you're supposed to be normal and on the show, and you're taking his name in vain, and I reject it. I despise that.
Oh, wait a second.
When did you do that?
I don't know. I'm not sure when.
See?
I'm going to pray to Jesus now myself.
Blessed be Christ.
That's right. Blessed be Christ. Put Tiny's ukulele in his mouth. if I can say that.
I reject the fact that you're making fun of Jesus Christ.
I'm not making fun of him.
Yes, you are. You're mocking his name. You don't believe in him.
I do believe in him.
No, you don't.
No, like Tiny.
Well, now, you can get into an argument with Tiny Tim, huh?
I don't know. I'm getting nervous here.
Oh, my.
Even Tiny's angry with me.
Oh.
Well, I am at this point, at all of you here, because you're mocking Jesus Christ.
I think it was Robin who was mocking Jesus, if you ask me.
No, both of you were, in a sense.
I'm sorry.
All right, Tiny, we apologize.
Wow. Well, anyway, he's 8 years.
Wow.
Hey, Nick, you're on the air.
Yeah, Howard.
Hey, bro.
This guy's a little rough, man. How can this guy be the best guest? I thought Old Dirty Bastard was the best guest on your show.
Yeah, he was, but you see, Old Dirty Bastard was better in press conferences. Tiny was great. He'd just come on and say anything.
Tiny was open. He would talk to you about anything.
Yeah, but you guys said ODB was the best guest, this guy was the best guest, and now it's Tiny Tim. This guy's terrible.
Terrible?
No.
Terrible.
And you're not laughing at this?
No, it's boring.
Oh, man, you're bumming me out.
I'm not trying to put you down.
No, I just think
like
this is the funniest.
There's definitely a lot better guests. Sam Kinison, come on.
All right. Well, what can I tell you? We disagree.
So I guess then, because of him, we won't hear Santa's got the AIDS.
Oh, we gotta hear that.
Now he bumped me out.
Oh, sure.
Do you know that's the only reason I look forward to Christmas every year?
Yeah.
Sir, we can't hear Santa has the AIDS because he...
But
I do want to hear
I want to hear that, too. Gary, put that all together for me. In fact, that should have been done already.
Oh, I'm done.
I had called in and asked Artie if he wanted to spend some of his extra money that I had a wise investor for him, and I asked him to buy himself a casket because he was going to need it at the end of that show because he found it that bad. And he said that he gets a free one in the military.
Okay.
So he was already thinking ahead.
All right, you were doing good up until that comment.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny because the funniest thing that I heard that Artie said was that when, his girlfriend was all, nervous and concerned about him, he started saying to her in his drunken stupor that he was a great actor and really nothing was wrong with him.
Right.
See, I don't remember that.
I just remember his girlfriend coming backstage after the second show, and she was hysterical crying.
Yeah, but this was later in that evening. She had gone back to the room to try to talk some sense into Artie because he still had that appearance, Experiment Rhino. And he told her that he was a great actor and there was really nothing to be worried about.
Well, I mean, she came backstage and started crying, and I was like, and everyone came to me and goes, "You better get Artie to stop drinking." And I went, I love this show. I love how I'm always responsible for some dude's behavior.
Who came to you and said that?
I don't know, but I don't even remember. Just a bunch of people said, well, maybe you ought to go talk to Artie.
Artie you can't talk to a person in that state.
I go, wait a second. Artie's got a family. Artie's got all kinds of friends.
Believe me, people have tried in the past.
Yeah, I know, and I go, well, what am I supposed to do exactly? I don't know. Then, every time Artie took a drink, I started hiding his drinks. But you know what he would...
the next day we were hiding the drinks from him.
What he would do is, he didn't even know I was hiding his drink. He'd be by the bartender getting another drink anyway.
He didn't even remember he had a drink.
Right.
Someone should tell me, look, I hid your drink.
Because we kept putting the drinks behind the stage on you.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Howard.
Yeah.
That is nice. Touching.
Because, you were getting hard to control for me when you were really high.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You would just look at the crowd, and then the crowd would start chanting Artie, and I'm trying to do an interview, and I went, oh, this guy.
And then he'd yell out inappropriate things.
Yeah, you yelled at the C word at one point.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes, you did.
Oh, well, then you should have just taken me off.
I didn't hear that.
I did.
You did.
You did.
I did?
You winced. But I got this tape. So the E-guys took all the footage, and they telescoped it down to 9 minutes. And I said to myself, well, 9 minutes seems long. Can't you break it down into clips? But I just watched it. They edited it. So you can play it, and it's bleeped, and you can watch it.
What are you talking about? 9 minutes of what?
Of Artie.
Oh.
Artie, just all his drinking and everything, that whole thing. And Artie seems obsessed with two things. Calling gay people fags.
Right.
No. And then he gets into, when he gets up into his room, this gets really weird. He gets into like a whole race thing. Not that he's a racist, but he's just talking about this guy here likes to F white girls. And then he points to a black guy. He likes to F black chicks. And he starts talking about the kind of black chicks he likes to F. And he's just describing them and building them for him.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. But he sees the guy from The Sopranos in the hallway. The guy just happens to be walking by, that guy Joey. And he's like, there's the faggot from The Sopranos, you big faggot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you see, I know. See, here's the thing.
Artie was up in his room drinking with Joey from The Sopranos, the guy who, is gay on the show.
Because even at one point, he opens the doors, and it looks like Artie's going to jump, so everybody rushes to him. And all Artie really wants to do is yell at everyone at the pool and tell them they're all a bunch of fags.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of fag stuff when you get drunk.
I don't, see, here's the thing. I don't call gay people fags. I call guys I know who aren't gay fags.
Well, no, you were telling Joey.
And what's the point of that?
Just because it's like it would be offensive if you called a gay guy that.
Right.
But a guy, like it's like a locker room thing. You call a guy a fag, yeah, you're a fag. But I don't call, I don't call a gay, I would never say that to a gay guy because that's offensive.
I forget who we were interviewing, but Artie just kept saying, oh, geez, just get him out of here. Just get him off the stage. Who cares?
Listen, should have just...
Yeah, that made it easy for me.
Should have just took me off the stage.
Yeah, then you might have yourself.
No, just throw me in a plane and I'll go
And you would
back.
have been like, oh, man.
Then he just starts yelling out non sequiturs. I mean, he runs into his room, and he starts walking on the couch, and the whole thing falls over, and he falls flat on the ground, and then he starts telling the bodyguard to wash his private parts, except he's talking about a woman's private parts.
He washed his?
To wash his private parts?
Yeah, but he's talking about, he goes, go wash your blank, but he's talking about a woman's private parts. He's yelling at the bodyguard.
Who was I saying that to?
Whoever was like within 2 feet of you.
Listen, I don't remember any of this, and this is going to be awful and terrible, and, all right.
It's funny.
Yeah.
You were very funny.
I mean,
you should be proud of that.
It's certainly not funny. It's just
Andy, you're on the air.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, by the way, when are we going to see that tape?
Whenever you're ready.
Oh, I'll do it after the commercial.
Yeah, I just want to know, I hope Artie does something famous before he dies. I mean, I don't want to see him die, but...
You hope Artie does something famous before he dies?
Yeah, the guy from Tommy Boy. He made a bunch of funny movies, and he became famous, and he croaked.
Okay.
I'm going to be the direct opposite. I've made a bunch of bad movies, then I'm going to croak.
Hey, Mike, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, what's up, man?
Hey, now.
Listen, you did sound like genuinely annoyed at Artie throughout the Vegas trip, kinda.
No. Artie was real funny. There was one show where I was trying to, it was really hard to do interviews on the stage because...
That's how it was coming across, yeah. And Artie would be yelling things out, and then you would go, like the Butterface contest, you try to give a 1 to 10, and he'd go into this whole bit.
No, Artie was funny during Butterface.
Butterface was great.
I don't know, sorry.
No, it was just that I'm trying to talk, but everybody's talking so fast you can't get a word in today.
Go ahead.
It was just kind of like I'm up on stage trying to interview people, and the crowd was real noisy, and I said if I'm going to change anything, if I ever get to go to Vegas again, I was like, well, I definitely have the crowd seated. I don't understand why we don't have seats for people.
It does get...
When they watch a 4.5-hour show...
Right.
Who could stand for 4... I mean, I even looked over at Daniel Carver, who's like 60-something years old. I go, how could this guy be standing for 4.5 hours?
And high-pitched Eric was leaning on him half of that.
I know.
And you're doing a lot of screaming throughout the show, trying to, come across.
Yeah.
It's not like being in the studio when we listen to you.
Yeah, right. So it's hard to talk. So I said, well, why can't they just, put some chairs?
Right.
And Scott, the engineer, my great engineer, goes, I go, well, why can't the audience hear us? And he goes, well, they can hear. I go, no, everyone's standing there is saying it's so loud, people are talking and stuff, they can't hear. Well, if they'd be quiet, they could hear. And I go, well, but that's the point. I said, how come on Letterman and Leno they can hear, but they can't hear here? Oh, I don't know. So it's like, I'm battling that every year that people can't hear what we're saying. So if we stop for a minute and talk, no one can hear it.
Should be in like a closed
Every time I made that louder, they screamed. They got louder. I made it louder. They got louder. I made it louder. They got louder. I made it louder. They tried to talk over what was going on. They didn't give a crap what you were doing on stage.
Absolutely. Why don't you put yourself in a...
That's such a backward way of looking at it.
Alan, why don't you just put yourself in a closed booth, glass booth, you know?
No. You're there in front of an audience. Like, if you watch Letterman... But Scott does make a good point. If people are seated and they could, settle down, they could listen to what we're saying. It's just that it's a bunch of people walking around partying... And they're waiting to see something visual.
Walking around, they're not even walking around. It's like being at Times Square during the ball drop, and you're cordoned off into a section just standing there.
Yeah, so what I would
like
do...
a warm-up, know exactly how to act.
Yeah, a warm-up. And then I would have the guy do a warm-up, and I'd have people sit. Right. And then if they sat, they could it would be like watching a show. It'd probably be easier for them. But other than that, I mean, it was a lot of fun, and everyone loved the shows, and it was cool.
It was a great show.
Yeah.
I liked Artie singing his song there, but like Fred was right on the money. It was all one key, one note.
Yeah.
The whole song.
When was I ever able to sing? Of course it was one note. I can't sing.
No, you're much better... You were so drunk you were off key.
Listen, pull the tape of me singing when AC/DC was in here. It's all one key.
No, you were good. You were good.
Yeah, much better.
Much better.
It just sounds silly. It's entertaining to try to, be a...
Dude, you were wasted and you were off key.
Listen to me. I can't remember doing it.
It started out great. We thought it was going to be great. Then all of a sudden it was like, wow, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Then Fred hit it right on the money. He said it was all one note. Perfect.
I heard the playback in my room. Fred sounded amazing.
I've got the AC/DC with the one with AC/DC and Artie.
This is not good either.
All right, good. It's fine. No one cares. Thank you.
Right.
Gee, you were drunk and you weren't on key. Big deal.
It's my point.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're defending it so hard.
Yeah, I mean, who cares?
I'm not defending it. I'm just saying I can't sing ever.
I had to hang up on him. I had enough of him. He's good. That guy's a good caller, but I had enough.
He called every time I called in. The 2 days I called him, that guy Mike, he called up. He's always right there.
I'm going to take a break, and then we'll get back to all this. I got a million things to talk about, but, the breaks, they got to happen. We'll be back right after these words.
I am Jimmy Kimmel. Howard Stern is more than just my favorite morning radio host. He's somewhat of a father figure to me. A father that molested me when I was very young. And I'll never forgive him for that. You're a sick bastard, Howard.
Yeah, good morning to you. Wake up. Back live in New York.
Hello.
I loved Las Vegas. I stayed there till Saturday morning. A bunch of people stayed around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Doug Goodstein out there. I don't think he'd been home in 3 weeks.
I know. He went out early, too.
He was like in no rush to get home.
No.
If I was his wife, I'd be upset. Yeah. He didn't want to get home. I hung out with him Friday night.
When did you so you came home Saturday then, I guess?
I left Saturday morning at 9:30 because I stayed, Friday because my daughter came into town for her 21st birthday.
It was nice. It was nice to meet her.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Her and her boyfriend.
Yeah, they seemed like a nice couple.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we had a good time, It's kind of neat when your kid gets to that age, you can kind of hang a little bit. I mean, I don't know how she did it. She came in Thursday morning. She went to sleep, I think, a total of 4 hours the entire time she was there.
Yeah, the morning I was talking to her, that Friday morning, she had been up gambling until 5:30, and then at about 10 o'clock she was out at the pool.
Wow. 10 o'clock out of the pool, and then didn't go to bed till 6 o'clock in the morning the next morning. We had to leave at 9.
Wow.
Man. So I was like, how are you doing this?
She sounds cool.
She's your kind of girl.
Wow.
She said, look, he gave me 2 days in Vegas. I'm going to go do it.
She wasn't going to close her eyes while she
No.
was in Vegas.
That's a good way to look at it if you only got 2 days, you know.
I gave her $500. I said, this is your cash for the 2 days. You can gamble it any way you want. That was her birthday present. She did pretty good. She went to a Texas Hold'em game at some hotel and won a couple of big hands and won about $200-300 there.
Yeah, she said the old guys at the table were really upset with her because she was doing things you weren't supposed to do.
Right.
And yet she was winning.
It was working for her.
My suggestion would be to go to roulette and put it on 00 green. Seems like a hot number there.
Yeah, so I had a good time. My daughter was there, and that was fun for me. And I hung out. You know, I wasn't in any rush to go home because the weather was so nice, and I wanted some time to hang out when we weren't working.
Yeah, but, you know, it was funny because you left early on Saturday.
Right. And?
I'm just saying, why would you leave that early? You could have left later in the day. You could have done it any way you wanted.
I wanted to get home and get organized for work, and hadn't been home in a while. Then the next day I had to go out and, you know, I had my kids at home. So it was like I had a lot to do. I had to get back.
The dinner Thursday night was very nice, man. I appreciate that. I'm glad you talked me into staying.
It's really weird.
Artie.
That's another weird thing.
It was
like,
nice.
I'll tell you my weird thing, okay? So, you know, when I'm there, I don't really go out to dinner with a lot of people. And Thursday night, we wrapped up the shows, and like I had said to a couple of people, hey, you know, let's go out to dinner Thursday night. We'll all go out together. Well, as soon as I say that, it becomes Howard's taking everyone out to dinner. So, I said to Beth, like, then it was up to, like, I was just saying, hey, I'm going out to dinner. I can never make the move. I don't know how to make this move.
I thought you were asking everybody to come to dinner.
No, I said, hey, you know what it was? Everyone thinks I'm a snob.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, people are like, hey, how come Howard never goes out and hangs out with anybody? How come he never goes to dinner? Because whenever I do that, it becomes a whole big thing. I become the host.
Right.
I thought you were hosting a final dinner.
No, I was just like, hey, I'm going out to dinner. Does anybody want to go to dinner? But I'm not going to go.
That's not how you said it.
No, but I'm not going to go, hey, but I did say that. But everyone hears it that I'm going, hey, I'm going out to dinner. I want to take you to dinner. So
no, what you said, because you said it to me,
was,
I'm thinking of getting a few people together for dinner.
Yeah, I mean, like,
that
hey.
That sounds like you're throwing a dinner.
I know, and it's not. I'm just saying, hey, let's all go. Like, how come if Ralph says to you, hey, I'm thinking of getting a bunch of people together for dinner?
I think he is, but he never pays.
He doesn't pay. So
that's like Ralph's way of asking you to buy him dinner.
I was just kind of like, you know, I don't know how I'm supposed to say, let's all go to dinner, but I don't want to pick up the whole check. Let's all chip in and all go have dinner together. That never happens for me ever in my life.
Dude, I don't know. That was a table of about 40 people.
Yeah.
40 people. So I said to everyone, you know, we'll all go. And then, you know, the big rich guy, Sam Simon, who created The Simpsons, who's Mr. I've got a black credit card. He shows up to the dinner, and he says to me, can I bring my girlfriend? I said, yeah, sure, bring your girlfriend. Shows up with some dude I don't even know.
Yeah, another guy.
A guy and a girlfriend, and I'm like...
Oh, really?
Well, I guess he's going to pay for him. You know what I mean? I mean, like, this is a private... I show up to who's the one guy sitting at the table? Sam Simon's friend. I didn't invite him. I mean, Sam's kind of a nervy guy.
Well, Sam even said to me, I took the liberty.
Yeah, well, who asked you to do that? I took the liberty. Like, well, dude, then take the liberty of taking out your credit card.
Yeah,
your black credit card.
Black American Express.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, who's this guy sitting here? I didn't know who it was, and I thought, well, maybe it's... I don't know. I thought maybe it's someone I just don't recognize from E or something.
No.
Was that the guy who was there when we first walked in?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Sort of white-haired guy.
Sat himself right in the middle of the table.
I don't know who he was.
Yeah.
I thought he like would work for the restaurant or something.
Oh, I was fuming. I was like, Sam Simon's a kid. Thanks, bro. Sam Simon's just like, I was like, you know, what's he doing? You know what I mean? I was just like, what are you? I say, hey, you know, I invite the guy to dinner, and then he brings a dude along? Like, who's this guy? And I'm like, you know, and then I invite, like, Dominic and Leslie, because they always pick up the tab.
They didn't pick up either.
No, I did. So then I'm thinking to myself, I invited Tom to come. I go,
maybe he'll do it.
It'd be really great if Tom saw that this was like a rap thing, and like maybe he treated everyone to dinner. They didn't reach. I tell you what, Tom is the biggest nut job on the planet. Our general manager. So I'm leaving, and when I was in Vegas, there's this kid Seth, who's our butler.
Yes.
You know, I don't even want... Actually, I was going to talk to you about this off the air. I don't want to make a bit out of it, but... So, you know, like Seth's the butler, and he doesn't just take care of me. Like, Robin wants tickets to O, he goes out and gets tickets to O. Artie needs someone to carry him without, you know, jumping out a window. He takes care of everything.
Seth is the best.
And there's about 6 people on that staff that take care of everyone's needs, including Tom's when he can't find his car. And I'm like, you know, when you called your own car and you couldn't get one, and then at the last minute they called you a car and got you one there?
I had a car waiting downstairs for me.
Yeah, but it never showed up, so they got you one.
I never used it because I went down with a different group of people.
I'm talking about when you were leaving Las Vegas. Your car wasn't there that you had set up for yourself.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. The reason it was there was they called one quickly because they saw your car wasn't there. So these guys worked their asses off all week. So they took care of me personally. So I tip all of them before I leave. And when I talk about tipping them, I mean, I tip them. They took care of me all week. I find out no one offered to tip them. No one. Except for Artie.
I did, yeah.
Artie did.
Yeah, you know, I'm guilty of that.
Yeah.
I just, you know, because I don't know who they are, where they're, because it's like magic things happen.
So I take care of the tipping when I'm leaving, because like everybody, like Tom just hightails it out of town, and like, you know, oh, what the hell, you know. It's like, I'm not even going to say how much money I went through.
Well, I could imagine.
Take a guess, and I'd double it.
You're right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even.
But I'm saying, hey, Tom is the dude with the radio station, and I'm tipping these.
Stations, we're working.
I'm tipping everyone, not just for me personally. I hardly use the guy. I'm talking about I tip for the entire radio station. And you got to take care of that stuff, dude. You just can't have all these hotel employees working for you and then not tip them.
Oh, wait a minute.
But you got to see what's going on. These guys are working. Some of them logged up to 70 hours or 100 extra overtime hours, just walking Artie around the hotel in a wheelchair. I mean, what I'm saying is that they're working. Listen, you don't have to tip them. No one has to tip anybody. You don't have to tip the chambermaid. You don't have to tip these guys. But they're salary guys. And they're sitting there doing everything for the radio station. And for E also. When you run out of town like this...
Wait a minute, I did not run out of town. I took care of my chambermaid.
No, I don't mean that. I'm talking about these guys who work the whole time.
had next to no contact with Seth. I saw Seth that night.
No,
Not
you
about
don't.
you.
Not you.
You put a radio show
Personally, I didn't have that much contact with most of these guys, but they were busy assigned to our entire staff working their ass off. So you can't hide your head in the sand. You gotta. These guys look at us like we're these guys are used to getting tips from high rollers. You know what I'm saying?
And they're laying out that kind of service.
Right. They're laying out service like red carpet service.
Well, then I missed that because I had no contact to get with that service.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't that much either.
You know what? And
I took care of it. I'll tell you how much I spent. I thank God I brought a big envelope of cash.
And by the way, for the dinner, I like Robin thought you had put this dinner together. And
No. It's all right. I don't mind doing it. I was happy to do the dinner. But I'm just saying, I can never invite people to dinner. Like, I go, hey, let's just all hang out.
What? It would have been nice for Tom to put that dinner together.
Well, he wasn't doing anything.
Right.
But I wasn't really but in all fairness to Tom, I wasn't putting any dinner together.
Right, but what it turned into was putting a dinner together.
Right.
And it would have been nice if somebody had thought about a wrap party for everybody who had worked so hard.
Well, I knew Tom wouldn't pick up the chicks. I figured Dominic would, because he's always doing stuff like that. Or then I figured Sam Simon was good for it.
I would have been happy to pick up the final.
It's all right. It's okay.
And
I'll pick up the dinner. You tip these guys next time.
And if there is a next year, then I commit to it now.
Yeah, okay.
Can I say something about that kid?
There's not going to be any next year, trust me. Yeah.
About that kid Seth, about how good of a guy he is, because this really shows a lot about him. He did something for me in the middle of the week, and I tipped him for it. I gave him a nice tip, and he was really, nice. At the end, he was helping me out, and I tried to tip him again, and he would not take it. I mean, Yeah,
no, he's a good guy.
He really was like, no, Howard gets me everything.
Oh, so he knew Howard would take care of it.
No,
I know. Yeah, well, that's what happened.
That was.
I was so awkward when I was leaving. I go, hey, I want to tip everybody because I know you guys didn't get anything. And he goes, well, we didn't, but it's fine. I go, no, it's not. I said, what do you guys typically get? He started to tell me, I go, holy cow. And these guys took care of 20 of us.
Yeah.
80 of us.
Yeah, they did. But Seth, I was joking. Seth didn't say.
I mean, how do you think all that stuff happens?
Well, I thought since it was arranged that Tom was going to take care of people.
No. He doesn't take. He ran right out of town without taking care of anyone. So I'm leaving. I went, I better take care of this. But I'm there working.
They throw pillows in front of us.
I'm there working. I'm supposed, I'm not supposed to be involved in all this.
Right.
When Tom runs out of town, I become the general manager. I did. I mean, I had to take care of all your business.
Wait, who else were you taking care of?
I took care of all the security guys who were there every day on the set. The guys who ran right into the audience as soon as Scott the engineer started getting bothered. Took care of all of them. You had about seven or eight security staff,
and they were great.
That were doing the whole week. I mean,
you know what? I did not think of taking care of the security. You're right.
And you got a guy like Seth running around like a loon.
Well, he's putting all that together, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. So I said, you know what, Seth? I'm going to talk to Tom when I get back. Maybe he'll take care of you in post. He goes, that's absolutely not necessary. I said, no, it is. I said, but here's something from me.
You know what? We will. Good point, and I'm sorry I missed it.
Yeah, and then you can reimburse me too. I'll give you my expense account.
Please.
Yeah. See.
I was upset that Rob Schneider ripped me off for $100.
What'd he do?
When we were sitting there that day gambling, he didn't have any money. I love these guys who walk around with no money.
He didn't have no money in Vegas?
And so I handed him $100 because he wanted to bet. And he got change, and he bet 5 different hands, and he lost every one, and then he got up and left.
Yeah. It's great. Yes, Scott.
I have to say this because Tom's a nice guy and everything, but I don't think he realized what he did to me one day.
What did he do?
During one of the shows, I'm standing there talking to Fred and Robin, making sure everything was all right. Tom's there. He says, everything all right? And he goes, by the way, Fred and Robin, would you like to come out to dinner with us at AJ's tonight? Like, I'm glass. That I'm not even standing there.
Well, you know, there's a cutoff, and you're always it.
But I'm standing right there. Do it behind my back. Do it another time when I'm not standing right in front of him.
Tom doesn't think of that.
Totally, like, bam. You know, you are low class. Don't even bother coming with us. That's what I felt like.
By the way, you did a great job this year.
Thank you very much.
I have to say.
Yeah.
He did. You did a great job.
You didn't have to yell at him nearly as much as we used to.
Yeah, I didn't have to yell at you once.
I had a great staff working with me, and I appreciate all their help. And you know, we.
You know what it is? No one just wanted to socialize with you. I understand.
I don't think so. I didn't even get an invite from you.
No, but you want to know something? I would have invited you if everyone was just going out, but it turns into a party I'm throwing. I just was like trying to say, hey, I'm going. Why don't we all just go?
Well, you see, Scott, when it is a party, you don't get invited.
I know.
Yeah. And I said to Beth, I said, I think I'm getting stuck with the check tonight. So she goes, well, yeah, you're going to have to. I mean, people think you're taking them to dinner. I go, yeah, I guess.
I thought it was a private party, and you invited some people.
No, I was just trying to get everyone together for dinner, but thank God you weren't there. One more person I got to pay for. I got done there. I added up everything. I'm like...
That must have been expensive.
I'm down more than Artie.
I didn't know you
and I didn't even get to gamble.
That was your gamble. You spent all your winnings.
Everybody's walking around with their shekels gambling, you know, and looking for card games. I'm like, I'm down 20 grand in tips.
I didn't even see you in the casino once.
No, all the cash I brought, I had to tip these people. You don't understand what I'm talking about. Everybody walks around in a coma. That means Tom. I'd just like to say everybody. I mean, it's really nuts.
Personalizing it.
Man. You know, Scott went out to dinner with Ronnie on Saturday night, complained the entire time.
Really?
No.
That's what I'm hearing.
Ronnie's making a big...
No, I heard you complain. You complain about everything.
No.
I just complain about tipping. And I don't mind tipping the dudes for the stuff they do for me, but I have to tip for the whole radio station.
Tip for the trip.
Yeah, it's like I'm all of a sudden, you know...
The radio station.
I'm the radio station. What's good is having a radio station if I got to tip everyone? What is it, Ron?
So we invited Scott to go out to dinner with us Saturday night because we got there a day early.
See why no one invites you?
So wait a minute. So... there was like 9 of us, and we were having a good time. Everybody was drinking, having fun, because we figured, you know, this is it. We're going to have the night out before this, you know, everything starts.
Before craziness started.
Yeah, exactly. So the bill came out, it was like 9 of us, came out to $80 a piece.
Right.
So he only had 1 drink, and we were drinking a few drinks each or whatever. We bought some girls that were in a bachelorette party, some drinks at the next table, and all he did... Oh, why do I have to pay $80? All I had was 1 drink.
I never said...
Oh, come on.
I don't know where you got that from.
All you did was cry and complain.
I threw in the $80. What?
That's like a fraud. Dude, go to McDonald's next time, all right?
No.
We had a nice dinner.
He's got a point, though. He's not drinking. You guys are. What is he going to pay $80 for?
I threw in the $80 and I said, fine, here. I mean, you know what?
Yeah.
You threw it in with tears in your eyes.
Oh, please.
You so
Come
did.
on.
And then at one point he ordered the drink, and it took like 4 or 5 minutes. It was real busy. So the guy comes,
No, it wasn't me.
God damn it, where's my drink?
No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Yes, it was.
Yes,
No.
Yes,
I
it was.
I had 1 drink, I got it right. It was somebody else sitting next to me.
You were counting the drinks.
No, it was John. John ordered a beer, and he had to wait 20 minutes to get it.
Good.
Don't they know who they're dealing with?
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Come on, man. Loosen up.
I'm fine. Well,
you don't know how to have a good time. I got to tell you that, man.
Yeah, you got to loosen up. You're in Vegas.
You got to loosen up.
I was in Vegas, but you know what? Work comes first, and that's why it was a good show, because I was
serious.
Meanwhile, we go to dinner that night, the one that I paid for. So, I don't know what, I asked someone where we should go, and we go, and Dominic's there, and he's filling his fat self with it. And he goes, "This isn't the way we eat. This is like a beefsteak Charlie's." And I'm like, you know what, dude?
What?
Why don't you just shut up?
Did he really?
Yeah, that's what he says to me. This isn't the way we're used to eating. You know what? And I didn't want to invite Dominic in the worst way, but I felt bad. The guy was there. And
it was great.
Yeah, but and then he's going around to each person at the table going, "Who eats like this? It's like beefsteak Charlie's."
I was going to say, well, he got around to everybody, and it continued throughout the night, because later in the night I was gambling with Dominic, and he was still carrying on about how that wasn't a good
But
place.
I guarantee you, each time it's getting more and more time in between the times I spend with Dominic. Like now it'll be at least a year before I get back together with him. Because I was like, you know what? I know this place isn't so great. Who knew? I'm taking the recommendation of somebody. I said, but, have a good time. He's going around to each person. This is like beefsteak Charlie's.
My food was good. I don't know.
Mine was really good. Mine was too.
I didn't complain.
Yeah.
Till Dominic pointed it out to me that it was the wrong place for us to be.
Yeah, Dominic didn't like it. It wasn't good enough for him. It's not the way he's used to eating.
Right.
I'm sure he got that big belly eating really great food. Sitting there eating bags of pretzels and crap.
When we were playing cards later, because it was Robin, Dominic, me, Don, and his daughter, at one point I was wiped out. Dominic is getting beaten up as well.
I didn't play cards. I had to keep all my cash for tips that you don't give people. Yeah.
Well, you got to understand, he was wiped out at the table.
I was.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Glad you had a good time.
Right.
Sorry you were wiped out.
Yeah.
Dominic said at one point, "You start playing for me," because we were all doing really poorly. At one point, I think I won Dominic, how much? 15 grand?
I think, it was a $15,000 to $20,000.
You won Dominic 15 grand? How did you win Dominic?
Because the cards were being dealt to me.
Yeah, he pushed the money in front of Tom.
He said, "I'm tired of playing. Let's try and change something around, but you play my money."
You know what, Tom? No offense. You didn't win it for Dominic.
Yes, he did. Dominic took the money.
No, but I mean, Dominic put up the money.
But I'm just
you
saying,
think because they were cards?
He was making the decisions. Dominic just sat there.
Oh, okay. So in other words, you knew when to hit and when to stay.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, who doesn't?
Oh.
You didn't make anybody any money. Yeah, but go ahead. Yeah, let's hear the end of this story.
Well, that's the end of the story.
And what are you looking for?
Nothing.
You're telling us that Dominic put up all the money and the cards were in front of you.
Yeah.
And you made him a bunch of money.
Right.
You must be on acid. You really must be high. Because you're high. You didn't make the money. The guy with the balls and putting up the money is the guy who's making the money.
19, I'll stick.
Yeah, I'll stick on 19. The dealer shows a 10. I mean, what are you, nuts? Well, you were looking for something from Dominic.
God. No.
Get out of here. Something wrong with you. Learn to tip people and take care of business. You embarrass me. He's in Vegas. The guy runs out of there like, "I didn't use these people." Your radio station did. You got to look into who's using what and how do you think this whole thing operates. Go tip someone.
I will.
I mean, really, just go tip someone. I'm sitting there with an envelope I'm laying out envelopes for money for people, and I'm going, why is this my obligation? I should walk out of here like a princess. But you know what it'll be? Everyone will, the Howard Stern show came to town and nobody tipped us.
It'll be you.
Yeah, Howard Stern didn't tip us.
But there should be somebody who's in charge of that function even.
Yeah, the general manager.
Yeah. I mean, somebody should take on the responsibility of saying what the hotel